Hello guys, hope you people are doing great and welcome to my channel and welcome to the lessons of SQL Server. It's a Microsoft SQL Server lessons and my name is Lokesh and I'm working as a software engineer and my technology stack SQL, Power BI and data science as well, and I'm a Microsoft certified professional and Power BI. Let's get started with today's session. No delay. So in today's session we're gonna see functions. In that functions, system defined functions. In the system defined functions, as the last item we will see aggregate functions, because this is the last item. If you watch my previous videos on functions, especially on system defined functions, I covered all the system defined functions like datetime functions, string functions, and conversion functions and mathematical functions, all of them. So as part of it, it is a last function, aggregate functions. Okay, and this video is, today's video is little bit longer because I will gonna cover up the clauses as well, the group by and having clauses, because these aggregate functions are very well match up with this group by and having clause. Okay, because the aggregate functions alone cannot gives you that much of power to your SQL querying, but if you add a group by clause and having clause to your aggregate function, and that will give you the power pack of your query. Okay, so let's get started with that. And finally, the difference between where clause and having clause, you can check out the document as well. Of course, I will give you the gist of it as a brief, but if you want to know what is the difference, exact difference between the where clause and having clause and when to use all those stuff, and I'll give you, but as part of the course you can find out the differences over here as well, because if you want to preparing for interviews or if you want to get in depth in SQL knowledge, then you can read out the SQL questions document, which I will share in the description down below along with the script as well. Okay, for every video I'm just giving you the script which I'm running here in the video tutorial, and with this document as well I will share you, so you can check out the links. Okay, so today we will see what are the aggregate functions we have. Okay, and you will learn how to group the results by using group by clause, and how to use aggregate functions in order to perform the business logics and calculations as well, and understand how to filter groups using the having clause. Especially when you're dealing with the group by clause, you have to deal with having clause as well, especially when conditions arise or if you want to filter the data. Okay, we will see one by one example, and definitely you will have a very good idea on when to use group by and when to use having clause and when to use where clause, and how to toggle up between group by, having, and aggregate functions as well. Okay, so like every video at the very beginning, once you open the Microsoft SQL Server Studio, it points to the master database, but you need to change your master database to your own database. In my case it is SQL DB. In your case it's your own DB which you have created just before. Okay, so if you don't know how to create all this database and all, please check out my previous videos if you miss any of them. Otherwise it is fine, you will be in string with me. So Control E for execution. You see it got changed to MySQL DB from master DB. Okay, so I have already created the employee data, so I just perform some operations on employee data. Okay, so Control E. I'm showing you just the basic information what I have in employee data. I have a serial number, an employee name, an employee ID, what kind of job they are doing and which company they belong to, and what is their salary. Okay, so once coming to aggregate functions, What are the aggregate functions? The name suggests that aggregation means combining all the results on the numerical data. If you apply a aggregate function, it will give you a result. It may be sum of the all salaries, or what is the average salary, or what is the max salary, or what is the min salary. All kind of information you will get by using the aggregate functions. Okay, we will see one by one. What are the different kind of aggregation functions we have? We have many aggregate functions. If you want to check out the built-in aggregate functions, just go to your own database, and where it is in programmability, expand programmability, and you have to expand these functions. And the fourth one is system functions. If you expand it, you will find a very beginning one is aggregate functions. Okay, if you click on this, and you will find different kind of aggregate functions, and as part of this video tutorial we will see what are the very standard aggregate functions that we can use in our day-to-day life. Okay, let the games begin. Select star from employee data. So this is the employee data. So first one, if you want to get the count of rows, how many number of rows in my table. If you want to know how many number of rows in your table, then you need to use count function. Count star as you can give the alias name whatever you want, number of rows in my table. Okay, which will give you how many number of rows in my table. Of course, you can see over here it is showing you 10 rows, but by using the aggregate function you will get. Okay, Control E, see, number of rows 10. Okay, so let's see one by one what are the different kind of aggregate functions we have. Just to copy this one, I'm just saving some time. So now I want to find out what is the total salary of my employees. Okay, sum of salary as total salary. Okay, total salary. I'm giving spaces here for alias names. That is the reason why I'm just using closure braces. Okay, no need to worry about that. If you don't know how to give alias names, just go and check out my previous videos. Okay, Control E, that is the complete total of the employee data table. You got it? How it will do? Control E, see, all these salaries, if you add all these salaries together, all this 10 rows salary is nothing but your sum of salary. This is the aggregation. Okay, this is the aggregated value, 46,600. Okay, that's a sum function. And similarly you have min. Okay, you can get the minimum salary as well. Minimum salary as min salary from this table. What is the minimum salary? You don't know any other kind of information, but you can give you at this point of time by using just aggregate functions. You will answer all these sort of questions. What is the minimum salary? What is the maximum salary? What is the total salary? What is the average salary? How many number of rows in the table? All the kind of information. Okay, 1,000 is the minimum salary. Okay, that's cool. Let's check out what is the maximum salary. Okay, you have to use max as a function. So max salary. So what is the maximum salary? Maximum salary is 8,000 and minimum salary is 1,000. Okay, now what is the average? On an average of my employees, what is the salary? Just average. On an average, every employee got just 4,660. That is the average salary of entire employees. Okay, that's an average. How to do average? It is just n number of salaries by total. Okay, how many of the employees by that amount. Okay, so here are the very useful aggregate functions that you can use in day-to-day base. Okay, but it is not enough to use aggregate functions alone, because if somebody asks you, hey, what is the minimum salary of a SQL developer, then what is the maximum salary in a company, or what is the average salary of that company, or what is the count, how many companies are there in your table, or how many jobs are there in your company. All sort of questions you have to if you want to give all sort of questions as an answer, then it is not useful if you go along with this aggregate functions. So for that you have to add another important one, is group by clause. Okay, introduction. Here is a new hero, is a group by. You can't always go alone with aggregate functions. Let's see what will happen if you use group by as your new stuff. Okay, so what group by will do, as a name suggests, group by will group the same kind of categories in together. Okay, which means if you write this query like this, select job from employee data, group by job. If you say group by, then it will give you the distinct entities of the job. What do you mean by distinct? It will not repeat the duplicates. Okay, it shows you without duplication job names. Even though you have 10 Javas or 6 Python or 15 SQL developers or few hundreds of data entry developers, it doesn't matter. It will just give you the unique set of values in that particular job. Okay, by group by, grouping by all the values together, and it will gives you the unique job names. Okay, that is the part of group by. Now you can use distinct as well in order to get the same result, but sometimes you cannot go with a distinct alone. Okay, but as a part of this video course, just go through this distinct as well. It will also give you the same information. Okay, let's see. Now the beauty comes here. Now the question is, select job and sum of the salaries as payments from employee data group by job. What it will do? It will do by each job wise, what is the total salary? Okay, in your employee data, you have n number of employees. In our case, it is we have 10 rows of employees, and all are have different jobs, and what is their total salary with respect to job. If you have 10 SQL developers, then what is their total salary? If you have 100 Java developers, then what is their total salary? If you have few thousand Python developers, then what is their salary? That question answer is this one. Okay, select job, comma, the sum of the salary as payments as an alias name from employee data, group by job. Okay, always remember here group by, you have to use job name because that is the one you are selecting here. Okay, or if you select two more columns here, you need to mention those two columns over here as well, because your group by operation works on how many columns that you are selecting. Okay, you just keep that point in your mind. Let's execute. See, for data entry the total payments is 3,000. For Java developers I'm paying 25,000 as their total payments. For Python it is 13,500, and for SQL it's 4,600 as a total. Okay, let's see a couple of examples. I just want to count the jobs. Okay, how many job positions are there with respect to each discipline. Okay, so for that you need to simply count the salaries. Okay, salary counts. Okay, how many counts are there for salaries? You can go like that. Control E. See, data entry, I got one salary. Salary counts means I'm paying for one person because that's one salary count. For Java, I got 4. For Python, I got 2. For SQL, I got 3. So I'm paying 3 people for SQL, 2 people for Python, 4 for Java, and 1 man for data entry. Okay, you can do like that, or you can simply mention the count for job as well. Like I will show you. Select job and count that particular job. How many jobs are there? It will also give you the same kind of information, right? See, I have one position in data entry. Sorry, it's not the salary counts, it's a job counts, because you're counting the job. Okay, now it's fine. Control E. I have one data entry position, 4 Java developer positions, 2 Python developers, and 3 SQL developer positions. Okay, for that, in that case, you have to use like this. That's a count function. Okay, see, have you understand as of now how effective if you use the aggregate functions with the group by class, right? It will gives you some sort of information. I already wrote this query here, so no need to replicate again. That's fine. Yeah, next one is how many distinct jobs. Okay, distinct here, what is my keyword I used here? The same queries, but I use a distinct count. Distinct is the one function, is a keyword which will gives you the unique jobs, distinct jobs. Okay, how many distinct jobs we have? For each one we have only one distinct job. Okay, see, Java entry 1, even though you have Java 3 or 2, Python 4 or 5, SQL 4 or 5, but still it is a distinct count. When it comes to the distinct count, it is still 1. Okay, so that is the use of count with the distinct. Okay, you can get this total number of rows by using this one as well. We used the count as well, but you can use count of distinct serial number, because in order to get the count of the particular table, obviously you have a serial number, right? If you want to know how many records in your table, if you follow with this serial numbers, obviously you will get the same number of results. Okay, I got 10 counts. For that distinct count, distinct serial number as total number of rows, you can go like this, or you can go simply count star will also serve the purpose. Okay, see, this sort of questions you have to go with the group by along with aggregate functions. What is the question? Just to frame a question by seeing this answer. Select job and minimum salary as payments from employee data group by job. What we are doing here is we are grouping the jobs and finding out the what is the minimum salary in that particular job category. Okay, so if you see, for data entry we are paying minimum 3,000 for all data entry employees. How many we have? Okay, similarly Java we are paying 4,000 as minimum payment. Okay, because this is our query, this one. For Python 6,500 is minimum. Maximum we will see how much it will be. Okay, similarly SQL we are paying 1,000 as a minimum salary. Okay, fine. Let's see what is the maximum salaries. Yeah, just to use the max function here along with the group by on job, because that is the column we are intended to taking from the table. Okay, just execute these queries together and we will see what are the big difference between minimum and maximum salaries together, right? Okay, see, the second table belongs to maximum and the first table belongs to minimum. Okay, so here for the data entry we got 3,000 as minimum and 3,000 as maximum. Why? Yes, because we have only one data entry job. So for if you have just one value, so obviously that point should be the minimum and maximum for both cases. So don't worry about the data entry, but just compare the remaining disciplines. For Java, we got minimum as 4,000, maximum 8,000. For Python, minimum 6,500, maximum 7. And for SQL, minimum is 1,000, but maximum is 2,000. Okay. So here comes, what is the average? Select job and what is the average salary of the particular job. So for each discipline, what is the average salary that I'm spending on my employees, right? If you want to see that information, Control E, this is the one. For data entry, on average, I'm paying 3,000. Obviously, we have one guy, so 3,000 is fine. For Java, I'm paying 6,375 for Java. For Python, 6,750. For SQL, 1,533. Okay, that is the average salary. Okay, you can use order by class as well in order to ordering your data, because as of now, until this particular group by, you already aware of how to use the function, aggregate function. Of course, order by class is already covered in my previous videos. If you guys missed the order by class, how to use and what are the different kinds of ordering, just please watch my previous videos and you will get it. Okay, so until now we got company name is null because we have a null value as in a company, no need to worry about that. And or you can simply delete that particular record, that's the next time. So you got null as a payment 16,000 and A as a 10,500. Okay, if you have null, you will get some little confusion, no need to worry about that. I will delete that particular record. Delete from employee data where company is null. Okay, you can delete that particular record, no need to worry about it. Now you will just concentrate on concept. Now see, I have A, B, C, D, and these are the payments. Okay, these are the, what is this payment? This is the sum. Okay, each company total is this much of amount. Okay, company A will I'm giving salaries to the company A as 10,500. For company B, I'm spending 7,000. For company C, 19,500, a very expensive company. And for D, I'm just paying 8,000, okay, as a salaries. Now, if I want to order by these payments in descending order, what you have to do, just write order by payments DESC, descending order. For ascending order, no need to mention this keyword DESC, okay. See, that is result we will get if you combine here. In this case, you combined three things: select statement from this table, group by company, order by payments as DESC. Okay, now it's time to see the new guy, that is having clause. Okay, what is the use of having clause? Having clause and where clause are similar. Both are used to filter the records, okay, but with the different conditions. If you go for where clause, you don't need to use any aggregate functions. But when you use aggregate functions, and in order to filter the aggregate functions data, you must have to use this having clause after group by. Not before, not after order by, but just right after group by, you have to use having clause. Okay, I'm repeating again, having clause is always used to filter the data, especially when you use aggregate functions. But when comes to the where clause, it is also same functionality which is used for filtering, but not with the aggregate data. And always remember, if you use group by, then you have to use having clause, okay, because group by and having clause are sisters, so you cannot separate them. But if you want to just filter the data whenever you have an aggregations, definitely you have to use group by, and then very right next to the group by you have to use having clause. Okay, so let's decode step by step what we are doing here. Until this highlighted portion, by company wise I'm taking some of the salaries. Okay, execute. Okay, A, B, C, D, this sort of payments I have. Now what I'm doing, having the sum of salary is greater than 7,000, but I just want the companies where the sum of salary as payments is greater than 7,000. How many companies I have greater than 7,000? A and C. Of course D also have greater than 7,000. Okay, except B I have A, C, D as my total salaries greater than 7,000. Okay, so I will get all these three, A, C and D. Okay, if I execute this query, see I got this one, and this one, but these are not in a proper order. Okay, always remember when you querying the data you have to go for some sort of order, because definitely it should follow based on either date or payments, or depending on the business requirement you have to make it in an appropriate order, because it's not good if I see 10,000 here, 19,000 and 8,000. I cannot see any sort of information from this. Okay, so you have to use all this stuff, then you will see some meaningful information. Okay, from ascending to descending or descending to ascending, anything. Control E. Now you see, right, payments are exactly in descending order. So company C is the big guy, and then company A, and then company D. Again, if you want to pick up only one of this, then simply you have to use top one. Okay, you want to get top one company whose sum of the salaries are greater than 7,000, which is in descending order. Okay, if you want to get the information like this, then that's good. Control E, that's the one. Okay, but for simplicity I'll just copy this one, and I will giving this one in down below. I'm just deleting this one. Okay, no need to confuse now. If you're new, then so if you execute this entire stuff, then you will get only one result and you will panic again. Oh, how to do that again? So no need to worry about that. I copy this one here. See here also the same thing. I just want to select company and their average salary, group by company, order by payments. Okay, I'm doing here now. It will work. Okay, that's an average salary. Now what is this? Company sum greater than order by descending order. Yeah, the same query, right? So if you want to just rather than descending order, now you can go for ascending order. If you want to mention, you can mention ASC, ascending order, or no need to mention it. Okay, even though you didn't mention it, but it's still gonna show you the ascending order. Okay, oh, what happened? D, select company and there are some of the salaries is greater than order by payments. What happened here? Is it storing something? Let me check with that. Okay, it's a top one. Yeah, if you get a top one, then you can get that, but in case of not, you have to get the normal result. Okay, fine. Now select company, sum of the company as payments. We're having just group by company. Just go with this. Control E. You have 10,500 and all. So order by payments, just see, here is this. Here I used having average. Okay, there is no hard rule that you have to use always this sum function here as well, but here my condition is um, the companies which are paying the total sums, but I want what is the average of their company which is greater than 7,000. Okay, order by payments. Then if I go for average salary which is greater than 7,000, then in averages obviously it will be different again. Okay, I will show you how that will be. What is the company showing? D, right? Okay, let's decode it. How to decode it? No need to worry about it. Just copy here and go here and put, rather than sum, just go with the average. Okay, now if you see, I'll just execute these two queries, Control E. See, this is the average payment. Okay, if you see my first query, it is sum, but this second query, this is the second query, right? So we will gonna better place this one here rather than that. Now we will execute one more time, Control, oops, yes, this part. See, the second one is select company and average salary as payments, group by company. This is the average salary. What we are doing here is, well, coming to the first query, we are making a condition on group by on aggregate function query, which is nothing but having average salary is greater than 7,000. Which company has a the salary, the average salary which is greater than 7,000? Only the company D. Okay, you cannot see all this stuff in this query, but internally this query will perform this stuff and it will pick you the only D and it will show you here. Okay, that is the thing, that is the way you can decode it. Okay, but I'm telling you once again that you have to practice a lot with especially these kind of group by clause and aggregate functions, because if you want to perform any kind of data analytics or any kind of data analysis, then definitely you need to come and check out this aggregate functions along with the group by and having class. So just keep practicing and make your hands dirty for a while in order to get in swing with this aggregate functions and clauses, especially the group by clause along with having clause. Okay, and I will give you the script and along with the SQL Server questions in the description down below, and I will gonna stop this video. And thanks for watching my video, and please do subscribe my channel, and I will gonna catch up with my other video very soon, and stay tuned.